evening. Thanks a lot for staying with us here at CNN News 18. You're watching The Right Stand with me, Ridhima Bhatnagar. The BJP swept Gujarat yesterday with numbers that had never been seen before. 156 out of 182 was the BJP not just breaking its own records, but also numbers that most of us do not remember seeing in decades. The Congress won 17 seats while the Aam Aadmi Party took 5. Before the election, analysts had called this an anti-incumbency election, which could prove problematic for the BJP. Remember, the BJP has been ruling the state for the last 25 years. But the BJP, led by the Prime Minister, took it upon themselves to change that narrative. Remember, the 2017 election hadn't been easy for the BJP. They had been restricted to just 99 out of the total of 182. Largely because of the Patidar agitation, the agrarian crisis, demonetization, GST, so on and so forth, which led to the BJP losing a lot of seats in the Saurashtra and the South region. The 2022 win has once again consolidated the fact that the magic of the Prime Minister remains intact. The Prime Minister, remember, campaigned aggressively in the state, hardly leaving any opportunity for opposition parties to make inroads in his home state. For the Congress, it will close 2022 with a handful of problems because it's managed to bag only 17 seats. Remember, a party needs at least 10% strength to send a leader of opposition. So while the BJP has consolidated its position in Gujarat, is Gujarat now proving to be a state with no opposition?
मैंने वादा किया था कि भूपेंद्र नरेंद्र का रिकॉर्ड तोड़े, इसलिए नरेंद्र जी जान से मेहनत करेगा। और गुजरात की जनता ने तो रिकॉर्ड तोड़ने में भी रिकॉर्ड कर दिया, सारे रिकॉर्ड तोड़ दिए।
So what does this saffron surge then mean, not just for the BJP, but for the other political parties as we move towards 2024? One thing is very, very clear. The Prime Minister is an undisputed frontrunner as far as 2024 is concerned. Because what the BJP has now managed to do, it's a formidable, undiminished sway of the Prime Minister as far as his home state is concerned. And it's also important to note that considering the fact the BJP had been in power, there was no sense of callousness on the ground. In fact, it was the opposite that we saw. A 27-year rule of the BJP in Gujarat. And this is what I'm pointing to. There was no fatigue. There was no anti-incumbency. When you spoke to people on the ground, they were said, कोई issues ही नहीं है, मुद्दे ही नहीं है. Support for the BJP, for the Prime Minister, it was seen across regions, across castes, across religious groups. But what does this then mean as far as the Congress party and other political parties are concerned? The Congress was decimated. As I said, what about the opposition in the state of Gujarat? There's a big question mark. The home turf of the Prime Minister has been secured. The BJP has won time and space for the 2024 big battle. But as I said, this is the larger picture. Let's now talk to you about as far as the regions where the BJP managed to make inroads. And I said it was every possible region, caste, every possible calculation that you could get in, the BJP had managed to make inroads. This was the overall picture, 156 out of the 182. It was plus of 57 because last time, remember, they were just reduced to 99. The Congress was reduced to just 17. They lost 60 of what they've seen in 2017. The AAP, which is seen as a relatively new entrant, was just about 5. But now I want to talk to you about the areas where the BJP managed to make a lot of inroads. Let's first begin as far as the Patidar-dominated seats were concerned. Now remember, this was a huge concern as far as the BJP is concerned because in 2017, the Patidar agitation was at its highs. There was agrarian crisis. So because of all of that, the BJP had lost a lot of these seats. But here, just look at it. It's managed to bring all those seats back to that tally. So out of 39, they got 34, which means plus of 12 of what we'd seen in 2017. The Congress got just 2, which means a reduction of about 15. But that's just about as far as the Patidar domination is concerned. If I just show you as far as the tribal domination is concerned, you will see exactly the same picture there as well. So out of 30 seats, the BJP managed to get 26, which means upwards of 14 of what we'd seen in 2017. For the Congress, again, they were just reduced to 3, which means a reduction of almost 12 seats. And this was a picture that we saw in almost every filter that you will see as I move forward. Now let me show you as far as the milk cooperative seats is concerned. This, of course, was again a huge concern. Here again, the BJP got 28 out of the 40 seats, which means upwards of 11. The Congress got just 10, a reduction of 12 seats. What was very interesting to also note here was, there is a certain perception that the Muslims don't vote for the BJP. But just look at those numbers. Out of the 12 Muslim-dominated seats, the BJP got 10 and upwards of 4. The Congress got just 2, which means a reduction of 4. So as I said, every possible filter that you see, as far as the map of Gujarat is concerned, it saw a saffron surge, which means the BJP must have done something right. So over the next 30 minutes, we want to understand what has the BJP done that has ensured that there was no anti-incumbency even after 25 years. We will decode an unprecedented saffron surge. Let me also now bring in our guests. We'll shortly be joined by the political spokespersons of the Congress as well as the BJP. But as of now, I do have the spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Priyanka Kakkar. We have Rashid Kidwai, author and senior journalist. I also have psephologist of C4, Premchand Palati. Good to have all of you on the broadcast with us. Premchand ji, I'd like to begin the conversation with you as we try and establish a connection with our political representatives as well. When analysts had started analyzing factors, X factors, what could the possible result be, they'd all said that the biggest hurdle for the BJP will be anti-incumbency, because it's almost unimaginable that 25 years, 27 years, how come people don't have any issues on the ground? How has the BJP managed to change the tag from anti-incumbency to pro-incumbency? How has that happened?
See, I have done elaborate survey in Gujarat. I covered almost all the constituencies, each of 182 constituency. So there are 6 major factors. The most important, of course, is the image of larger than life image of Prime Minister Modi and his connect with the voters. The second is the excellent booth management of BJP. The organization is very strong. The third is weak leadership of Congress party, and they were not putting the required effort. The fourth factor, the split in opposition votes, entry of Aam Aadmi Party may not be a major factor, but it maybe gave advantage of around 20 seats to BJP. Then the performance of government was also reasonably good. When we did this survey, majority of the voters were happy with the performance of the government. Of course, unemployment and high prices of essential commodities was a major issue among some section of the society. But by and large, they were happy with the performance, the development work of the government, and they didn't see an alternate in Congress or Aam Aadmi Party. They made huge promises, Aam Aadmi Party, freebies and all. But they said even if we elect this MLA, they were sure that BJP is going to form the government in the state. So electing the MLA makes no sense, because they're not. He's not going to deliver any of the promise unless there is a CM of Aam Aadmi Party. So that thing went against Aam Aadmi Party, and of course.
Premchand ji, you've listed out some very important factors, but another pattern that was very crucial to watch out for, and it usually becomes interesting for a state like Gujarat, is the vote share. Now, many analysts and a lot of exit polls also, they said that okay, even if the BJP manages to go beyond that 99 as far as the total tally is concerned, what about the vote share? क्या बीजेपी का वोट शेयर कम होगा या ऑपोजिशन का वोट शेयर स्प्लिट हो जाएगा? तो दो चीज तो बहुत क्लियर हो गई कि बीजेपी का वोट शेयर को तो कुछ नहीं हुआ है, ऑपोजिशन का जो वोट शेयर था वही स्प्लिट हुआ है.
Yes, BJP's vote share increased by 3 percentage points. And all the exit polls predicted that there will be some decrease in most of the exit polls predicted there will be a decline in vote share. It didn't happen. Actually, vote increased by 3%. It's a great achievement for BJP. And then, of course, another factor I missed out was the religious polarization. Hindutva still is a factor in Gujarat, and people voted on those lines also. So all these factors combined helped BJP to get such a massive mandate.
Okay. We'll talk about, is this setting tone for 2024? Where does it leave, the other political parties? But I also believe we do have the representatives of the BJP and the Congress also now joining us. RP Singh of the BJP, I can see him. I can also see Lavanya Balal, spokesperson of the Congress party. Good to have both of you also joining us on this debate. Lavanya, let me come to you. There is no better way of saying this. There's no nicer way of saying this. It was the absolute decimation as far as the Congress party is concerned. Today, the question that is being raised is, will Gujarat even have opposition? What happened?
There are a lot of questions that Congress in Gujarat needs to answer. Why we didn't maintain, why were we incapable of holding on to our seats? One of the reasons also, last time we had the Patidar issue that was boiling and we had their leaders on our side, and I think that contributed a percentage of our seats. Having said that, yes, like the media has been talking about Modi magic that worked in Gujarat, which didn't work in Himachal Pradesh, which didn't work in Delhi, has worked in, I think, Gujarat. Absolutely, no doubt about it. Prime Minister has gone all out in his campaign in Gujarat. He went all out in Himachal Pradesh also. In fact, he called Himachal Pradesh a second home. That didn't help. JP Naddaji's home state, and that didn't help. We had two chief ministers of the BJP campaigning in Himachal Pradesh. That didn't work. Yes, if we are talking about Modi magic, we also should question, why is the BJP giving credit of all success only to Modi ji and not the failures to Modi ji? Because 7th and 8th, we saw Delhi and Himachal Pradesh as well. So why is the failures of these two states not being contributed to Modi ji? Why only Gujarat is being contributed to Mr. Modi?
Okay, I'll let the BJP representative respond to that. But what I want to understand is, we've all spoken about factors that have gone into making Gujarat and the numbers that we have seen. But you, within the Congress, now that you've had some time to look at the numbers, regroup and understand what went wrong, when you're saying the BJP and Prime Minister Modi went all out, this is nothing new. This is exactly how the BJP functions. They do exactly the same for a municipal election. They do that for the state election, for assembly elections, for general elections. If this is a pattern that is known by the Congress party, why did the Congress party not do something similar? Why did we not see your top leadership on the ground?
We did see our top leadership. Mr. Kargeji, our president, was in Gujarat. He was campaigning in Gujarat. A lot of our top leaders were working in Gujarat. It's not like they haven't worked. They have worked in Gujarat. And there are a lot of, answers that is coming in as to why we failed in Gujarat. The party is asking questions and the leaders are being held responsible. If you have noticed, our in charge for Gujarat sent in his resignation yesterday for the Gujarat failure. So yes, the party is holding the leaders responsible. Party is not letting it slide. We are still collating all the information as to why we couldn't hold on to our seats in Gujarat. It's a very expensive lesson for the party.
But Lavanya, that's what I'm saying. Yes, you're taking responsibility. That's because a clear mandate has been given by the people and you're respecting that mandate. But essentially what I'm trying to understand is your strong bastions, your areas, like the urban areas, they're always seen as the guard of the BJP. So that's what we saw reflect in areas like Surat, Jamnagar, Rajkot, all of these areas. But even the rural areas, there was a complete change. In 2017, that area showed a large number of Congress presence that has been completely taken over by the BJP. So it's not just about you adding seats as far as your total vote share is concerned or your total seats are concerned, but not being able to even hold on to what was seen as a strong hold of the Congress. Why is that happening?
Yes. We had two new players AAP and AMIM in the fray, which were also eating into the Congress votes. So everywhere, whenever you have seen these two new parties coming in, we have seen how much of the vote share of Congress that they eat into. They are not eating into the BJP vote share anywhere. They have not eaten into BJP vote share in Punjab or in Delhi. They are only eating into the Congress vote share. So that is one of the factors that why Congress has such low numbers.
RP Singh, let me also bring you in the conversation. Of course, this is a time for celebration as far as the BJP is concerned. Congratulations all around to every worker and the top leadership as well. This is something that has baffled a lot of people, that how come we're seeing numbers like these? I do know that the top leadership of the BJP at some point had stopped putting out numbers. They didn't want to say 130, 150, 160, but upwards of 150. Also retaining your vote share and only increasing it. Is it something that the BJP anticipated?
Well, thank you, Rhythm, for calling me for the debate. See, let's understand one thing very clearly. People vote for work which you do, the policies, and how much you are able to implement those policies. Basically, people vote for that. And also for the leader. In Gujarat, we have leaders also. We have a Prime Minister as a leader from Gujarat also. And also policies which have benefited people at large. And also that how each and every section has been benefited, right from farmers to the traders, or from the youth to the working women also. I'll give you one example and you will probably understand from that. Gujarat, every village has a three-phase electricity, which means there are small industries which are there in Gujarat in village level also. That's why there's a turnaround in the rural vote also. This is not there in any part of the country. This is only in Gujarat. And this was initiated by Prime Minister Modi ji, and it is yielding results now. But leave that aside. Just now I was going through your initial program where you said that even Muslims dominated seat has voted for BJP. It clearly shows that people try to divide it on caste, color, religion. But one thing which unifies all of them is the benefits which they get from the government scheme. For example, 5 lakh health insurance to every family, which benefits every EWS family, benefits also Muslim families also. Or Kisan Samman Nidhi benefits the Muslim farmers also. It doesn't differentiate between the Hindu farmer and the Muslim farmer. But my earlier panelist was telling about Himachal. Himachal, we lost by 0.9%. We accept the defeat. There has been a inner party problem there, and we accept that we will work it out, and we accept the defeat.
Okay.
But 0.9% to double the difference in Gujarat. The difference in Gujarat is almost double.
No. To be fair, we'll give the Congress party due credit because they have won Himachal Pradesh. So the BJP will have to look at, once again RP Singh, so the BJP will have to look at what's not worked in their favor for Himachal. But Gujarat is a completely different story for multiple reasons, as I said. One, these are numbers that the BJP themselves hadn't seen and no other party is also seen. Also, this is a state where you're talking about 25 years of anti-incumbency. If that hasn't managed to cause a dent, then you have to give it to the BJP that they're doing something right to keep people happy despite all the changes that are taking place and the new entrants that we're seeing in that space as well. And this is where I want to bring in Priyanka Kakkad as well. Priyanka, I know I spoke to a lot of representatives of the Aam Aadmi Party when the MCD elections results came out, and they said this is just the beginning for us. This is going to give us a big fillip. Yes. But as far as Gujarat is concerned, you said you've become a national party. There was a lot of hope as far as Gujarat is concerned for you because of some sort of success that you had seen as far as Surat local elections were concerned. But that didn't get reflected in the numbers that we saw yesterday, because even areas like Surat, where the Aam Aadmi Party was hoping to make a dent, was completely swept away by the BJP.
Ridhima, good evening to everyone. Ridhima, I disagree. When BJP contested for the first time in Gujarat in 1985, it scored 15% vote share and 11 seats. And before that, they had a Jansang. They were not just a raw BJP. And we have contested first time, and here we are with a with a spectacular 13% vote share, which I disagree with, belongs to the Congress, because Congress can't take claim. There is no clarity which vote share came to us. I don't know how they come to this, that it is our vote share. It is high time that they correct their house in order. I believe in Himachal, there are already problems between two camps, namely being the Pratibha Singh Ji camp and the Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu camp. So Congress should really introspect and not blame here and there. Nobody can stop us from contesting wherever we want. We are a political party with all our rights. One thing. And also, I must tell you that of the 5 seats that we have won, only 1 belonged to Congress earlier. And we've come second at 32 places. We are also a national party now. Coming to why, I mean, congratulations to the BJP for such a spectacular record in Gujarat, which they could not perform in Himachal and Delhi. But you know why that happened, Ritima, is because both Congress and Gujarat were working together against the Aam Aadmi Party in Gujarat. And why I say this, that two facts which are available in the public domain. Let me speak. Ritima, you let everyone speak.
But I'm letting you speak only. But I'm saying this A team, B team, Priyanka, we've gone beyond that.
I'm giving you evidence. One is their candidate, Congress candidate. Since they want to introspect, maybe they should begin with this. One is their candidate, Lalit Vasoya, who went around campaigning that if you don't want to vote for Congress, it's all right. Do not vote for the Aam Aadmi Party. Please vote for the BJP. One is that. Secondly, there is their leader in Gujarat, Rambhai Mangokia, who today has on TV said, on record said that it appears to him that the BJP intentionally let the Congress win in Himachal so that no questions and eyebrows are raised on Gujarat. That is his statement. Everyone can check it. So we were 360 versus 180. And therefore, उनके गढ़ में हम बड़े हैं, तो गुजरात मॉडल में गड़बड़ तो दिख ही रही है, because he is a winner today. So I will not go into the fact that farmers are only getting 3 hours of electricity still. I will not go into the fact that berozgari and unemployment remains the highest mudda still. I won't go into the fact that it has the highest number of inflation. Thank you. He's acknowledging by clapping. He agrees to everything I say. So there is also
RP Singh, quick rebuttal, and then I want to bring in Rashid also. Quick rebuttal.
ये चुनाव सभा नहीं है, ये
सच
डिबेट
बोल
है।
रही हूँ सर, सच ही तो बोले। क्या गलत बताया, बताइए कौन सा पॉइंट गलत है, बताइए।
चुनाव सभा हिमाचल में नोटा से कम आया, पता है?
अरे सर,
नोटा से कम।
पता है सर, आपके तमिलनाडु में 2016 में 180 सीटों पे जमानत जब्त हुई है, पता है आपको? आपको पता है केरला में 2021 में 84 सीटों पे जमानत जब्त हुई है, पता है आपको?
अच्छा, let's stick to Gujarat, please. Quick rebuttal, RP Singh.
सर और गिना सकती हूँ।
Priyanka, let him respond. RP Singh.
I'm shocked you call people for debate and they start giving lectures as if they're giving lecture in some Ramadan local meeting.
Okay. I'm giving fair time to everybody. RP Singh, she also heard you patiently. Quick rebuttal, then I want to bring in Rashid also. He's been patiently waiting.
But why give rhetoric?
Okay. Priyanka, let him respond. RP Singh.
That I have seen that paper which Mr. Kejriwal has written that 20 seats to BJP and rest all to us.
11 times that Amit Shah ji wrote that that BJP will win. I will also bring out that paper, sir. 11 times since 2018.
Okay. You know.
Can I answer, Ridhima?
Okay. Or 20 seconds, RP Singh. RP Singh, 20 seconds.
Thank you. So, an IB report. Oh, I have an IB report. We are just 94, 95. Just give us little more help and we'll make it through. I don't know.
11 times Amit Shah ji said this. 11 times. Let me show it to you, sir.
Okay. Rashid, let me bring you in. You know, leaving the... Okay, RP Singh.
Who's the anchor, Ridhima?
RP Singh.
Who's the anchor?
RP Singh.
Who's the anchor of the debate?
RP Singh, I'm requesting you.
No.
Let me bring it.
Thank you so much.
RP Singh.
Thank you so much.
RP Singh, you've spoken. I'm giving you time. You can.
You are allowing anarchists to tackle the debate.
Let's not behave like this. Let's not behave like this. Priyanka and RP Singh. Okay, Priyanka and RP Singh. Okay, I am requesting maturity from everybody. Rashid has been patiently waiting. Okay. I'll request RP Singh and Priyanka. 1 second. Let me bring in Rashid also. Rashid, keeping this political war of words aside, we're trying to understand what is the pattern that has emerged for BJP to see the kind of numbers that they're seeing, and for the Congress to do a lot of introspection if they still want to be a dominant force or an opposition. What was the Congress's campaign? One, At a time when you're having the Bharat Jodo Yatra, why didn't we see a larger presence of that in the state? Why did we not see the top leadership spend more time in Gujarat, considering the fact that you know that the BJP is going to go extremely aggressive with it? And then by the fag end of it, you saw a lot of name calling. You saw the Congress president, Mallikarjun Kharge, compare the Prime Minister to Ravan. All of that has backfired for the Congress in the past as well. So will it now be fair to say that there were no lessons learned?
I think, Radhima, this is a valid criticism. When the Congress loses, it tends to lose badly, and with the BJP loses, it holds some ground. It held some ground in Himachal. It held some ground in MCD election. So the Congress, there is a greater, need for accountability. There is a Urdu couplet also says कि तू इधर उधर की बात ना कर, तू ये बता कि काफिला लुटा क्यों. And this is something the Congress is not addressing. You remember, Ridhiba, that in March 2022, the Congress performed very badly in assembly elections of Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Goa and Punjab. And there was a committee and all kind of things were there. There was the Ashok Chavan committee and other committees were there. But none of these reports or their findings or suggestions or recommendations were followed. In fact, there is a total, at this time, nobody knows where the accountability is at the Gandhi's doorstep or at Mr. Kharge's doorstep. Just one last thing that I want to tell. Ridhima, elections, whoever loses or wins, it's a very protected, battle of chess. You make a move and there is a counter move. In Gujarat context, as long as Ahmed Patel was alive, he was able to bring in something on the table. This time there is an utter collapse, and of course Mr. Patel is no longer in this world, but there was enough time to find some kind of successor, some kind of effort, and Congress is just gloating over this success in Himachal, but they are not addressing the root cause of problem.
Rashid, but I also want to understand, at a time when we're also discussing how all of this will now give a lot of fillip to the BJP as we go towards 2024, I want to understand what about the Congress's positioning? As I said when I started the show, you need a 10% vote share to even send a leader of opposition. With 17 seats, what is the thinking as far as the Congress is concerned? Or have they completely given up?
Ridhima, if I may rebut.
Lavanya, I'll just come to you. Just Rashid respond. Rashid.
Elections are held and there are social groups who traditionally side with one political party or other. What we are seeing in Gujarat is a total collapse of that kind of equilibrium. And this is something again that, matter of great concern because, communities, social groups, they don't move. And when they move, they didn't move when Mr. Narendra Modi came to power in 2002. They didn't move in 2007. They didn't move in 2012. They didn't move in 2017. Now, if they moved in, big chunk, and this is something with a huge cause of worry. And just one thing, whenever a third party comes in, Congress tends to lose that in that state. It happened in Odisha, it happened in Bengal, it happened in UP, it happened in Bihar. I can go on mentioning. So, is Gujarat going to be another state? It happened in Delhi, it happened in Andhra, it happened in Telangana. So these are the things. The Congress cannot just, bury it under the carpet and saying that, no, this is Mr. Kharge's problem or this is Sonia Gandhi's problem. I mean, they just keep deflecting.
Lavanya, is the Congress just deflecting? Because today the Aam Aadmi Party is saying, look how much we've achieved in 10 years. We're now replacing the Congress Party as the dominant opposition. Look what we've done in Punjab. Give us a couple of more years and we'll replace the Congress in other areas as well.
Well, Ridhima, when the previous speaker was talking about deflection, my point is nobody talks about how Modi magic doesn't work in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, or be it in Punjab, or be it in Himachal Pradesh, or be it in Delhi. They will only talk about, hey, you know what, Congress is not taking responsibility for its defeats. Congress is taking responsibility for its defeats. Having said that, Ridhima, I look forward to discussions wherein, now that they have won Gujarat with a huge mandate, historic mandate, that we will all request the BJP to send Bilkis Banu's rapists and murderers of children back to the jail and the guy responsible for the Morbi Bridge collapse back to the jail. This is my expectation from BJP government in Gujarat. I hope we will have discussions, debates about that in future, about administration of BJP.
Yeah, and this is where I want to bring Premchand ji back in the conversation. There is no taking away from the mandate that is being given by the people and the numbers that are reflecting for the BJP. But since, you understand Gujarat better than any of us do, you've been on the ground, you've spoken to voters, what about the key issues still for the BJP as far as unemployment, as far as inflation? How are those issues being addressed?
Yes, the issues are very much there. In social indicators, Gujarat is not doing very well. That is a matter of concern. Then, see, if you see, BJP got 52% votes, so 48% voted against the party also. So there is a lot of dissatisfaction among some sections of society in Gujarat. But BJP benefited because of the weak leadership of opposition to raise those issues. There was hope when Naresh Patel was to join Congress, and we also thought that Congress could get a decent number of seats this time with Naresh Patel's leadership, but he refused. So that's again speaks about Congress leadership. They couldn't keep him with themselves.
Yeah.
They had him there again. There would have been some respectable seats Congress would have got.
RP Singh, I'd like to give you the final word. Now that the mandate has been given once again back to the BJP, what are the promises that you're making to the people of Gujarat? What about issues that have been raised as far as the opposition is concerned? Inflation, the economic indicators, unemployment. What is the guarantee that the BJP today is giving as we look forward?
Well, all those issues related to Gujarat will be tackled, which is unemployment. Inflation is a worldwide issue, but still we are doing much better than many other countries. You also know that. But coming to political part of it, let's understand. Gujarat has shown a message, or has given a message for countrywide that yes, BJP can hold their distance and then do well in their distance, and is also that our leaders contest head-on. Unlike Congress, where I really doubt Congress is still trying to stay as a political party. They are gradually trying to convert as a NGO, led by their advisor to Mr. Rahul Gandhi. So we'll appreciate that they will come out of slumber and work as a good opposition. One. Secondly, there's another party which is a Pied Piper party, which comes and sells dreams, but they don't have any ideology.
You can't let him have the last word now.
Okay.
Anarchism can't go. You can't help without being anarchist.
This is not anarchism.
Let's not indulge in name calling. Doesn't let us have a healthy debate. Priyanka and RP Singh. I'll request both of you. 1 second, Priyanka, I already said it before. But you also guys have to listen to what the anchor is saying. If you want to talk about two of yourselves, then you can do a separate chat. Okay. 1 second. RP Singh, I request you to refrain. Do not indulge in name calling. Make your point. Sir, I'm running out of time. The viewer also doesn't understand anything.
You are urban Maoist anarchist.
RP Singh, it doesn't help anyone. Make your point.
This is what you do.
You are not here for a civilized debate. You are not fit for a
RP
civilized
Singh,
debate.
do you want to make your point? I'm running out of time.
Urban Maoist anarchist.
Zero argument.
RP Singh, do you want to make your point? I'm running out of time.
You just come and sell fake dreams. You come and sell fake dreams.
Solution on inflation, sir.
You come and sell fake dreams.
Rather than name calling.
You are an urban Maoist anarchist.
Okay. I would request all the spokespersons to refrain from indulging in name calling. That is not what a healthy debate looks like, and we don't end up making any concrete point either. RP Singh and Priyanka, I've completely run out of time. As we said, a clear mandate has been given by the people of Gujarat to the BJP. What does this mean going forward? Will we see a revival of the other opposition parties, or is there no opposition today in Gujarat? That's the larger debate. Unfortunately, I've completely run out of time. I would like to thank all our guests. We're slipping into a very short break, but don't go anywhere. We're coming back with what Twitter's files have exposed as far as Part 2 is concerned.